Hey everyone, welcome to the Remote PE Teacher YouTube channel. I wanted to take you through a project of mine today. It is a Bitmoji Classroom, or interactive picture is what I started to call it, and then I found out people were calling it Bitmoji Classroom. So we're going to have a PE spin on a Bitmoji Classroom, and what you see in front of you is one that I've made. So I want to show you that first, and then I want to make one for you in this video. And so what I've got here is my Bitmoji here, dunking a basketball. Very truthful and realistic. My Bitmoji looks so much like me anyways. And obviously I can dunk a basketball. So in my Bitmoji Classroom, I have all these different things that catch your eye, right? I have James Naismith. This is one for base for basketball. A basketball unit I might do. So I have the gym, obviously, background. I have James Naismith painted on the wall. I have a basketball card. I have a rule book sitting here on the bench. I have the USA basketball symbol on the wall. And I have a picture of Michael Jordan on the wall. And what happens in this is my students, if I send them this picture, and you can either send them this Google image or you can send them a PDF, which will keep the links here. When I click on James Naismith, I get a link that I've attached that will take me to a web page, and it talks from springfield.edu. It talks about where basketball was invented. Okay, I click on Michael Jordan. I have a YouTube video, and usually it shows up with a preview, but a YouTube video of the highlights of Michael Jordan's career after this. If you're watching this on YouTube, you realize the ads are a portion of this, but it has Michael Jordan's 50 top plays. All right, the basketball. Right here, I have the equipment list. That's equipment you need. So there's a equipment list web page that I found. Rule book, we have a simplified rules book page that I found. And then USA Basketball. Inside USA Basketball explains what USA Basketball is. I just found a few. I don't actually teach any units on basketball. I'm a strength and conditioning teacher. But I just wanted to show something for all you PE teachers out there that you could do this for any sport. One thing you've got to be able to do before we really get started here is you got to be able to make your Bitmoji. And I'm not going to take you through that. There's some tutorial videos out there that are very good. One thing that you'll have to understand is I work on a MacBook, and I work in a district that doesn't really allow Google extensions. So I'm going to show you how I have to do this. It will be much easier for you if you can download the Bitmoji Google extension and insert Bitmojis right into your Google drawing. I have to work around it a little bit, and I've already done the workaround, so I can just insert this as a picture, and I'll explain it. But let's make one fresh for myself here. So we're going to do one, and we're going to do one for the locker room. I'm going to do a Bitmoji Classroom for locker room rules, Bitmoji Classroom. And if you're part of my Google Drive, feel free to take this and steal this. Okay, so Bitmoji Classroom. Now, one thing we have to understand when we do this is we're going to insert some pictures here. And sometimes we're at the mercy of the picture that we have. And so what I've done is taken the images that I'm going to use, and I went ahead and put them in my drive. Okay. And so in my drive here, I've got a bunch of different stuff, but here's my locker room. So I'm going to double click my locker room. I'm going to put it in there, and then I'm going to make it big here. All right. And it's not going to be too clear. Sometimes it's a little hard to find some of these backgrounds, especially cartoonish ones like I want, but we're going to work with this one. Looks like a locker room. I'm going to cut off the bottom there from Shutterstock, and I'm not distributing this. So, and then I want to clean up this blank space down here. So it looks like we're good on the width of this, and it looks like we're about 5 inches tall. So I can go into my page setup, and I'm going to try to go into my page setup. Go into my page setup. And these are always fun when something doesn't work like you want it to. Okay, let me move things around here. Looks like I'm too close to my record button, so let me slide it back in there. All right, so the standard set is 4:3. We're going to go widescreen 6:9. Okay, and so looks still like we need to cut off the 4 there. All right, and you can change the size of your picture, okay, by custom. All right, and so custom, says I'm 10 by 5.63, and it looks like I'm about 10 by 3 3/8. So we're going to say 10 by 3.8. I'm going to put that in there. Oh, and it stretched my picture out for me, so I'm going to fix that a little bit. Actually, We'll leave it out like that. So when you change the size of a page, it changes your picture. I'm going to make this back to look somewhat normal. All right, and so there's my locker room. Okay, so in my locker room, I want to put some certain things to help my kids and remind them, just dress up my locker room, my classroom a little bit. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you a feature page where you can get some more ideas. So I'm going to insert these images from my drive again. First image I'm going to insert is myself. I want a little picture of myself saying hi to everybody. So this is my Bitmoji. Hey, so there I am saying hello. Hey. Really exciting face. So, and insert some other things from my Bitmoji drive. Okay, I want to talk about locks, so I'm going to insert a lock in there. Okay. So you double click on it, insert it. Looks like now you have this problem. I noticed this. Sometimes this happens. Whenever I search for an image to put in this Bitmoji Classroom, you search for a transparent video or transparent picture. Now I searched for a transparent picture, and these little gray and white blocks showed me that this was a transparent picture, or it should have been. And you'll notice just right when I put it in, it wasn't. So I'm going to find another one. So I kind of like this one. We're going to check it. We're going to see. Again, it's not transparent. So how can I make sure it's transparent? Well, I go up here to color, and I go to transparent. And now I'm going to get, and this is perfect, this is a combination lock, which we use all the time. And waiting for it to render a little bit to see. And taking forever. And we'll take a look, scroll down here and see if we see any other locks that we have that we might want to use. This one's still not there. Let's go ahead and click on it. Let's see where this picture is coming from. Okay, right there. So we go to the original. And if we right click on it, we try to right click on it, try to right click on it, okay. Hey, this is a free one, so let's just download that image real quick. Download begins in 8 seconds. We got to wait for some ads here. We're going to get that download, and boom. It downloaded, so now, how do I download it from there? Let's delete this bad looking one out of here. Let's insert an image, upload from our computer. Okay, so I'm going to go into my downloads over here, and right there it is. So now I put that one in. Oh, there's a nice crash looking. This is the whole key of doing Bitmoji Classroom is these locks and things like this could have a transparent image, and then you can put them over top of things. So we're just going to hang that lock kind of by that right back here, make it somewhat close to the size, look like it's on one of those lockers. All right, and I'm going to move that over just a tad, maybe. Okay, so it looks like it's hanging from that locker. What else should we insert? All right, so let's look at some other images that I had up here. I wanted to put an image of a t-shirt. Okay, I thought a fun image of a Mike Tyson t-shirt. Put that t-shirt over here. Okay. Put that just kind of sitting over there. We're going to pretend like that's hanging because I found the t-shirt and then I was like, oh, it should be hanging from a hanger. So let's take a look. And insert from our drive. I found at one point thought I had a hanger, but I don't. So we want shorts. We're gonna put all these in. Shorts rules. We're gonna select all these things, put these in, and insert. Okay. So the shoes looked like they turned out great. Let's deselect, pull some of these things out. So my shoes look great. Put those in there. Okay, it looks like I had some problems again with some of my others. Okay, so we'll put the shoes over here. They're sitting over here. Looks like my rules won, and looks like my pair of shorts didn't show up. So I'm going to pause for a second, and I'll be right back. I'm not going to make you sit through watching me search for new ones. So I'm back. I found a new rule book and some shorts. Made me think about one thing. I was trying to put a different rule book in here, but if you notice, this is the same rule book from earlier on my basketball one, and I thought, it's a really good idea to have a consistent one. If I always want to have the rules of the game, if I always have the same consistent icon, that'd be great to have. And I found some new shorts to put in there. And then I wanted to put my shirt on a hanger, and I thought this would be really cool. So I'm going to crop this picture. All right, so I'm going to crop that a little bit. Crop it here. Okay. And if you notice my crop tool, I'm not doing a very good job with that. So hold on. So go to the crop tool, and whatever reason it drug it over. So I'm going to crop this hanger up just a little bit. And take this, make sure you got the right drag on there. So I'm going to crop that picture. Then I've got my little hanger. I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm going to take it and crop it a little bit so it looks like that hanger is right inside that shirt, which I think would be really cool to have it do. And I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. Oops, and undo that portion right there. And then looks like I kind of messed with my hanger just a little bit. Okay, so there, it kind of looks like my hanger's hanging my shirt from that locker. Okay, just little things that I like to do. So how do we get some links on here? So one thing that you need to do is you insert a text, or not a text block, a shape. Okay, so it can be any shape, but I do a square here. And I'm going to take that shape and I'm going to put it over top of whatever I'm talking about here. And for this one, it's going to be my PE uniform, my shirt and shorts that I need to wear, because that's going to be important in the locker room. So I want to have it linked to something. So I'm going to go to the right click on it, and I'm going to go to the link under my options there. And I have found a article that I want to include, are the benefits and disadvantages of wearing a PE uniform. So I copy that. I take it back over here to my locker room Bitmoji Classroom, and I paste it, and boom, apply, and there we go. That article's in there. Now, but you can't see the uniform, right? All you have to do up here is go up and make the box transparent and lines transparent. And now, as I come over here, I hover over it and I click it. There's my link. I can do the same for rules. Let's say I want to do the same for rules here. I'm going to go shape. I like to do squares. I go a square over top of, or rectangle over top of my rules. That looks like it copied it for some reason. Okay, so we're going to edit that link. And I don't want that link. I want my class syllabus there. So here's my class syllabus from 2019. We're just going to change that because nothing's going to change in this class, although some online stuff might change. So I changed that a little bit. I'm going to go up here. Let's go down here and let's share this. And so when I share this, I'm going to get, and I've shared this with a few people on here, I'm going to copy the link. So make sure your sharing permissions are okay, that they're not an editor, that they're only a viewer. So I copy anybody on the internet and copy and view. Okay, so even if you go out and find this, you can view it. And then I copy it in there, apply. And again, I've got to go up here and go transparent. And now, if you click on my rulebook, you find the class syllabus. Now, if I have a lock policy, I could make my own comment or Google Doc that says over here, I can make a comment that says, always remember to lock your locker. Last thing I want to show you is right here, the We Are Teachers virtual Bitmoji Classroom. If you search that on Google, you'll see a ton of different ideas, much better than mine. A lot of kindergarten teachers, elementary teachers are putting together these. I love this one that has all these books that you could click on, and the kids could go and look at those books, some of the favorite books. Greetings from the classroom. There are a lot of fantastic little ideas, binders. I talked to a teacher who uses this. They have the calendar, and if you click on their calendar within their Google or their Bitmoji Classroom, then it takes you to a document that tells you what the expectations were for that day, what they did that day. So there's lots of different things that you can do with a Bitmoji Classroom. Awesome right here. I saw one from a fellow teacher that did introduced themselves, and they had a lot of cats because they're kind of a cat person. They had all these cats on their couches, not more than this person has. So there's a lot of fun things you can do with the Bitmoji Classroom interactive pictures. You can use it for units or just to introduce yourself. So if you have any questions, be sure to comment. I'm glad to see you, and hope to have more for you moving on forward, and best of luck this year.